All right, guys, welcome into another episode of the Lab presented by Champion Circle. Make sure you head over to championscircleufm.com to support your student athletes. We will link some Michigan versus Everybody shirts down in the description of this video. Of course, guys, it's time to wear them. It's time to represent. That makes it 3 in a row, 3 wins over the rival Ohio State, and 3 straight trips to Indy. Happy to be joined here by 2 of the big fellas up front, the road graders. Once again, three straight times where Michigan won the rushing battle as well. So Trente, LaDarius, guys, welcome in. What's going on? How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Thanks for having me.
Feeling great. That win was phenomenal.
LaDarius, I want to start with you because this is your first time in the game.
Yep.
I don't even want to talk. I just want to hear. What was practice like leading up to it? Could you feel a change, a shift? What was your familiarity with the rivalry first off? Like, what's your background in terms of Ohio State versus Michigan? Then we'll talk about the lead up.
Being from the South, like being from Texas and not really being like a huge football kid growing up, I didn't really know how big I didn't know this was the rivalry in the world, and just then going to Arizona State, they tell you that Arizona State versus Arizona is the rivalry, but we all know that's not true. And you get here and you realize this is bigger than the game. This rivalry is everything. Like this is about like this. I got family down in Ohio, and this is everything. And it just practice was. There's a different level of intensity we came into on Tuesday, and just the way the fans were responding to every single thing that happened in that game. It was an experience I'll never forget. I'll definitely be telling my grandkids about it someday.
Trente, you were there in 2021, right?
Yes, sir. I was.
So the fan experience? I was there watching that game in 2021. I still say that was the most one of the most beautiful, amazing, electric environments I'd ever been a part of. Can you even compare the two? Like, what was the environment like this past weekend?
Well, let me start off with 2021. So let me paint the scene. This is 2021. We're up for the Joe Moore. We're going against some of the best D linemen, best defenses in the country. It's snowing. It's cold. We got Cade in the backfield, young JJ at the time, and we got Blake coming back from his injury. I think it was a high ankle sprain, and we got Don. Wait, no, Don was Don there. I don't know if Don was there, but we had Hassan, and it was snowing. Everybody was into it. Every time we got a first down, everybody was screaming. It was crazy. I would say this past weekend, it was like 95% of that. One, I feel like the weather had everybody like so locked in because it was colder then in 21.
Yeah.
So like you had to focus on something. Like this past weekend, it wasn't that cold. So like it was easier to be a little bit like looser, a little bit more comfortable in the game. But no, this game was crazy. Like anytime we got a touchdown, it was just electric. So it was a great time for me. Yeah.
LaDarius, so can you be as descriptive as possible walking down the tunnel for that game when you know it's about to be kickoff, leaving the locker room and you're heading down the tunnel to play? First time in the game. What is that like?
Well, walking down the tunnel for me is kind of like, because I'm so different on game day than I am right now, or I am in my regular life, and I'm just like so ready, amped up, and angry, so I can go out there and perform how I want to perform. Like I want to be angry when I'm playing, and I'm just seeing red. And I'm not talking about Buckeye red. I'm talking about just in my head. I'm like, let's go. And so walking out that tunnel, he was walking out with the most confidence, the most, I don't even know what to call it. Like I was just in a different zone for that game.
Is it what's the locker room like pregame? Is it quiet? Is it juiced up? What's it like inside the locker room?
Well, I mean, I've been in different types of locker rooms. Like Arizona State before a game, locker room is like where everybody's playing young boy and whatnot, just like, yeah, let's go out there. Like here, it's extreme focus. And yeah, we celebrate and we get electric when we go out there and we do what we need to do. But before the game, I'll say it's just you see a different level of focus and locked in from everybody.
Trente, I'm curious because I'd love to really honestly for both of you guys, one thing when I was thinking about where I wanted to take this conversation, I mean, Zach Zinter, we have to take it, right? Because it is such an unfortunate part of football, but you get to see a glimpse in like the true brotherhood. And I know, honestly, I love it. O-line almost is like you guys are your own family. I don't think click is the right word, but I know you guys roll together as a O-line group. So like to see one of your brothers go down like that, first off, can you give us an update on Zach's spirits? Like, have you guys been able to go see him? How's he doing? And second off, what is it like to rally around your brother, when you see him go through an injury like that, and then you guys come back the very next play, open a gaping hole and score a touchdown?
Go ahead. Okay, well, I don't know. All right, I'll say something. So Zach, he's he's like, it's like what is it called? Vicariously giving us energy. He's smiling, doing this, doing that. He said that surgery went great, so I can only assume it's very positive vibes coming from him. And the second part of the question is like how we came together. So when somebody goes down on the O-line, we're on a chain. So if one part of the chain comes down, next man goes in, we all have to be stronger together so that we can almost like uplift each other, because we all know that our brother, our leader, our captain is like, believing in us. So we basically had to go out there and like do it for him. Like kind of like when Blake, when he scored, he did up the, what I'm saying? Yeah. So like it was really nice to see, like all of us coming together and, nobody losing faith. Nobody, like everybody trusted in me. Everybody trusted in Carson to go to guard. So it was a great moment for us. So yeah.
A player like Zach, like not only does he just mean so much to the offensive line, but he just means so much to this team. And not only because he's a captain, but just who he is every single day. And obviously what you guys see him do on the field is nothing short of amazing. And for him to go down the way he did, it was such an emotional moment because I mean that's really like our family right there. And just it's such a bright future. He still has a bright future, and his spirits are high. We went and saw him at the hospital, and his spirits were high then. We got a chance to see him today, and his spirits are high. He's doing really well, actually. And just seeing that happen, like, we really wanted to, like, as the tears were coming down our eyes, we were like, we're going to go win this game for Zach, because what could be worse than going out like that, and then seeing your team didn't do what we should have done, and I'm glad that we did, and I know that put a smile on his face when he saw that final score. So
yeah, man, he's a warrior. I mean, it's good to see Coach Harbaugh there, right? Like, I mean, one of the first things you see is Coach Harbaugh in the hospital with his family. Zinter's a guy, man. I wouldn't trust you if you bet against him coming back even stronger from this on the other side. I don't want to get too much into this, LaDarius, but it is just something I'm interested as an angle. When you chose to come to Michigan, like, what did you learn about the brotherhood in the team, in the culture? Did anything stand out about this football team that was a bit unique from your football experience?
Yeah, what stood out, I mean, coming into Michigan, I knew how great the offensive line was. I knew how great of a team Michigan is, and I've heard about the brotherhood and, the bonds these guys have. And my experience with being in Arizona State, like, you have you only got so many guys that are, oh, this guy has a chance to play in the NFL. So a lot of the times when you're on teams where only one or two or three guys are like seem to be promising in the eyes of the other guys on the team, there can be like egos at times. And just being here, when I meet JJ McCarthy for the first time, or Blake Corum, or you name it, we have, I would say, double digit amount of guys that have promising futures. you don't get that feeling. You don't get the I'm up here, you're here, or I'm a big dog, everybody else a little dog. It's just like we're a family, you know, and that was probably the biggest surprise to me.
Trente, I feel like I just to tell this story, I feel like Coach Ben Herbert has to be involved with this, huh? Like I seem each one of these shows that we do on a weekly basis, I feel like I learned something new about Ben Herbert and his role. Could you expand on that a little bit? Because I think an article was written this week where it talked about when the team found out that Coach Harbaugh was going to be suspended for these 3 games, and Coach Herbert is looking at you guys, and he said no one said anything, and then someone started to smirk, and still no one said anything at all. But there was just this understanding of, okay, we have an amazing opportunity to overcome this challenge and meet this challenge. What role does Ben Herbert play in helping you guys form the culture that's able to then go out there and beat your biggest rival without your head coach, Coach Harbaugh?
So Coach Herb is kind of like what I would like to see as like if there was a physical representation of lock in, it's him. Because all he does is bring us all to like a standstill. Like say like the getting canceled, getting expelled, or this guy getting in trouble, this, that, anything happening is like rocks thrown in the water. And Coach Herb is like whatever it is to calm that water, that's what he does to this team. And I feel like him being in the position of us working out, seeing us in those vulnerable moments, it helps him like connect with each person and know like, hey, look at me. Like we need to lock in. Our coach is gone. Everybody needs to step up. Boom. So I feel like he's just like one of those guys in the building to like make sure that we all are on our stuff, basically.
Yeah. That's a great analogy, man. That seems to be the best way to sum it up. When there's just waves crashing around you, Coach Herbert's just like that mountain that doesn't budge. Like the waves are coming, it doesn't even acknowledge them. LaDarius, like, have you ever been around a coach like Coach Herbert? What impact has he had on you since you've been here?
No, I have not been around a coach close to Coach Herbert. I mean, he's definitely one of one. The impact he's had on me is been phenomenal. I remember this is like a short kind of thing I remember about him, like back in early, like before the season even started. I'm in the weight room and I'm like, "Hey, coach, he put a 25 on. I'm about to try to get this, like this for this bench or whatever." And he's like, "There is no try. You either do or you don't." And I was like, well, yeah, he's right. And just like some of the things we do in the off season to prepare for adversity and just never changing and never flinching is different. And there's probably it's not probably there are things that we do in the off season that I would bet no other team does to prepare for the waves and the wind crashing, and it makes us, I feel like, prepared for moments like the ones we've had.
What's one thing that stands out when you say that? Like what's like, you're a veteran guy. What's the one thing that comes to mind when you're like, all right, I know that no one else is doing this?
Like when we had a group of us at random before conditioning in the summer had to jump in the ice tub fully clothed and then go run the conditioning test and not flinch. And everybody passed.
Oh, so you were in that group then?
I was not in that group. But had I been in that group, I would have still passed.
Trente, were you?
I was not. But wait, no. Okay, so there's another thing. There's like another layer to that. It's just like another. It's just there's no way anybody's ever done this. So kind of like what LD just said. I was in one of the groups that had to go, right? But my group, we went and they were like, all right, we're not going in there. And then we came back out and then he called another group to go to the ice tub, and they actually jumped in. So it's like too many levels because everybody knew what was going to happen. We were set up. There was going to be a group. It's like a back of the mind type of thought. We know that somebody's going to get in the ice tub.
Yeah.
And then when everybody saw that it was our group, they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to." Mentally, because you don't want to show that to Coach Herb because he would, cut that out like instantly. Like so when that happened, I was like, yeah, he's different. And there was definitely different moments, but that one was like, hey, different.
So wait, so really what he was trying to do is he knew that there was going to be, so he took a group and said, "Nah, it's not going to be you. It's going to be a different one." And really what he wanted to do is add that layer of when you think you're good and it's behind you, like you see the group go to the ice tub, you're all right, cool, it's not me, thank God. And then he comes back and says, actually, no, you know what? No, it's this group now. Were any of you guys in the groups that walked to the ice tub and got back or not even that?
I was in that group.
Yeah, we were both in the group that went and came back.
Yeah. So you thought you were the one that thought you were getting in the ice tub.
Yeah.
And then you walked back. What was it like to walk past the other guys that like you guys were good and then the next group was going to the ice tub? Like
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it feels good not to be the one, but you still get the level. I mean, but once you realize you're gonna go there, I think just the culture that he set with us, it's not even dang, it's like a well, that is what it is. What it is.
It is what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so then let's put a bow on this Ohio State game because you guys got a great opponent this week in Iowa and a phenomenal defense too. But I wanted to kind of continue this conversation on the field. You guys have the ball like kind of winding down the fourth quarter, and you have about like a 7-minute drive, right, where you're just running the ball, taking off clock. What is that moment like? When I asked Zinter and Keegan earlier in the year on a podcast, like, you could kind of feel yourself like take the will of another man, like when you bury them and you pancake them, what is that drive like as you get the first down and you start rolling as the clock's winding down?
It's amazing. I mean, just to know what it's doing to them mentally. I mean, they probably will never admit to it, but we all know when you're doing that to somebody, like we're running the ball straight at you, we're taking time off the clock, and the more you let us do it, your chances of winning are diminishing. Those timeouts are diminishing. The hope and your fans thinking you can win this game is diminishing. Your momentum is diminishing. It's just boosting us up even more, and I feel like it's making us like even stronger in the moment. So I don't know. That's a feeling. I don't even know if there's a word to describe it.
Euphoric. So when I was, so for me, I came in and I was like, they're tired. I haven't done much. So I'm about to come in here and go crazy because I was like, yo, I know this D tackle ain't ready for a full strength, big Y action, but at right tackle.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I'm about to go in here and kill something, or hurt something. So I was like, yeah, it felt great going in there and getting that first down. I was like, there's always a little doubt where it's like, are we going to get this first down? Are we going to have to punt? Negative. But back to Coach Herb, he's always like, take that negativity out. Think about what if we do? So I was thinking, all right, take that out. We about to get this first down. So I go back to the huddle. I'm like, let's get this first down. Let's finish this. Yeah. So we go in, get that first down. I'm like, all right, a little bit more confidence. 3 yards. So it was like compound interest on like every single play, feeling better and better and better about our chances of winning. So yeah, that's that.
It's just so interesting to hear you say that, it's these little subtle things where it's like, listen, you are talking to yourself. Like you are, there is an internal dialogue going on as you're, breaking the huddle and getting up to the line of scrimmage. Like, when it's third down, you might have that quick thought like, well, what if, but you have to get rid of that thought right away. And that takes me to the final drive, okay, where Ohio State has the ball and they got to drive down and put some points on the board. What is that like to be on the sideline for that moment as you guys are watching, first completion, second completion, leading up to the interception?
Honestly, it's weird because, yeah, that's a high stress situation, and like the whole season's coming down to a drive, and there's a lot of they have good players, and everybody in the stadium's kind of like, oh, how's this gonna end? This is gonna have a fairy tale ending, but I can't count the times, like I don't. There's not many times our defense is out there and I'm ever wondering, can they do this? I have complete faith in our defense at all times. I was just thinking if they pull this, if Ohio State pulls this off, it's gonna have to take a crazy play, something next level from like maybe Marvin Harrison doing something. It just out of this world. But I never doubt our defense.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So my take on that is when I was watching it, every single play I was like, oh, he's about to throw it right here and he's about to get the pick. Oh, he's about to throw it. They're about to get the stop. And Cage is about to get the sack. And Chris is about to throw somebody. And like I felt like something crazy was about to happen and our defense was going to make the play because I felt like it was just like so far out of my mind that they were going to make a play over our defense. Our defense is literally like 11 of the greatest people possible built together. I don't know how it happened. I don't know who recruited who, but I just had so much faith in that defense that I wasn't even worried. I saw the big play. He came up and he was like, oh, first down. I was like, they're about to make this next play. And then the next play happened and he got the pick. I was like, boom. And then we got the ball, took a couple knees. Everybody came down. That was my mental.
I see you're into like anime, and I just like I'm trying to think of like anime. I don't watch like all that a bunch of it, but I just think of like the mindset like of what you guys are really describing. Like you're powered up, like you reach like a different state of like consciousness. You know what I mean? Like there is no doubt, right? You're past that. You're like floating above it, effectively, right?
Right. Yeah. No. So some of the different animes I watch. Well, my favorite one is Dragon Ball. You can't see it, but like it's like powered up. Like you get in the zone and you're feeling like the man. So like when I first went in, there was a couple moments of doubt. Like say you get punched, knocked out, but you're like, oh, like I got this, man. We good. In your head, you powered up. Boom, powered up. We get the field goal. Defense come down. They go out there, make the play. I was feeling like over the moon because I was just like, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
There's no chance that we don't make it happen. And at the end of the day, that's what happened. So
I mean, I don't know much about anime stuff, but just in those moments like that, like I literally thought to myself that last drive, and I was thinking, this drive is the game-winning free throw that we see LeBron or whoever have to take, and just like the flow state that they have to enter and the focus. So as I was out there for that first play, I literally was like, let me not make this moment. Like, let me make sure I'm internally extremely relaxed because I'm prepared for this moment.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if Ohio State was, but I feel like more people on our team probably experience. Like I know JJ is probably thinking the same thing in those big moments.
Yeah. I got to talk about, he's your position coach. He's your coordinator. And he was your standing head coach. Damn near just is. We can just call him a head coach at this point. Respect Coach Harbaugh as the head coach, but my goodness, Coach Chiron Moore. I don't even have a direct question. I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on Coach Moore and the job he did down the stretch of the season. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's crazy. I'm gonna have something to say about this one because it's like as my coach, specifically my coach, I think of like O-line coach, right? He's coaching us. We're in the O-line, but then we get to the game. I'm like, wait, He's literally the head coach, the O-line coach, the OC. He's calling the plays.
On the plays.
He's calling the plays. Like, he is literally taking our entire team, basically like 75 to 90% of our team, and leading us. And he gives us a lot of props, but deep down, he is really taking this team and pushing us in the right direction. And, like I said, like you said, respect to Coach Harbaugh, because he's really instilled all of that knowledge and power into him. So it's crazy what he's done. And it would be a shock to me if he doesn't win all the awards by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously love him, and I'm just in awe to see him do all the things he's had to do simultaneously. Like, I don't know how he's doing it, and he's doing it, and it's seemingly easy to him. So, credit to him, and he's amazing.
Yeah. No, I mean, with the Coach Harbaugh thing, it's like, I was watching that game, and Coach Harbaugh said it. He's like, I would not have changed anything like about the way Coach Moore called the game. And I'm like, it felt like some of the fourth down decisions, some of the fourth down calls, like the game management. I'm like, this looked like Coach Harbaugh. Like, it was just a phenomenal job, man. I'm just got to say, man, congratulations. You guys make us fans, us alum. That was such a proud moment for everybody. You guys did such a great job. The challenge now is this a do you feel it's hard to then refocus this week? Because Iowa's a damn good football team. Kirk Ferentz wins a lot of games, man. Phil Parker, he knows how to coordinate a defense. It's probably between, when you talk about the Broyles Award, you're looking at Chiron Moore and Phil Parker for the two of the best assistants in college football. What is that a challenge, or is that more something we talk about on the outside?
I think that's definitely an outside thing. I mean, if we didn't have the leaders that we have, I'm talking about Coach Herb, I'm talking about Coach Harbaugh, talking about captains such as Chris Jenkins. If we didn't have all this stuff, yeah, it would be what the fans considered, oh, this is a trap game, or this is, oh, you just came off a high, oh, you're destined to come down now. But the culture that they've set here is deep. It's before I got here. It's probably just since Coach Harbaugh's been here, and the culture is so deep that, I mean, yeah, it was awesome. That moment, like you said, was euphoric. But you gotta lock back in for this, and then there'll be a time soon to rest and to look back and say, man, we did that. But we all know that time isn't today. So.
Yeah. I like you said, that's a great point. I do think that, like, this is a ring game. Like, we win this, we win a ring. So a lot of people are like knowing the level of focus that we have to have. So yeah, it's not like inside the building at all.
Yeah, I mean, and also, like, you guys have said the whole year, like, the goal is to win a national title, right? Like, you understood that beating Ohio State was part of that path. You also understand that playing your best game this weekend to have a chance to win is part of that path. So, the leadership definitely, I imagine that plays a big time factor here. The chance for a three-peat is another thing, Trente, like, right? Like that is sustained greatness. Greatness in and of itself is spectacular, but sustained greatness is an even bigger challenge. What does that mean? Like, is it even a conversation, the chance to go back to back to back? I mean, what an amazing opportunity, right?
Yeah, no, it's like crazy to even like think about, because in 2021, we said, first meeting, Coach Moore, look at this. And it was the Joe Moore. He said, that's what we're going for. This is our goal. This is what we're working towards. And from that point on, it's been Joe Moore, Big Ten, Natty. Joe Moore, Big Ten, Natty. So it's not even like a surprise that this sustained greatness is happening. It's more of we're proving ourselves right. We're not proving other people's wrong. So I feel like it's just instilled in who we are. We have goals. We work hard. Next man up mentality. We have 10 guys in the room that could go in and rotate at any point in time. If you have that mentality, nothing can stop you. So yeah.
LaDarius, what are you most excited for? I mean, playing for a Big Ten championship right now. I mean, what is this week like for you?
I'm most excited to like have some hardware to show my family someday. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to be the grandpa that just has my jersey and it's like, yeah, I used to be pretty good, guys. I want to have something to show them. So for me, I've never won a championship. Trente has 2 of them. I mean,
Yeah.
so this is pretty big to me, and just being in Indy is going to be a pretty surreal moment. And I mean, granted, we do what we need to do down there, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Hey, that one stung a little bit because I don't have a Big Ten championship. So, hey, you guys hold it down, though, all right? I get a lot of joy watching you guys do your thing. Hey, this is crazy, man, because you got the O-line is the most easygoing group always. Some of my favorite shows we're talking to guys across the O-line. Like, what is it about you guys that make you so easygoing? It's always the case. You guys are like the glue to the team. Every good team I've been on, O-line has been close-knit. You guys get along with everybody. Why is that the case?
Well, it's just we're the biggest group. Like, yeah, there's DBs, but really it's 2 corners, 2 safeties, 2 linebackers. So the O-line, we're having 5, sometimes 6, 7 guys on the same field, same play at the same time. We all have to know each other, know his body, know how he plays, know his speed. So I feel like that's like a big part. Like when you're on the field, we're on the field like 2 hours a day working together as a unit. And it's really hard to not be very close-knit with the group that you're in, at least, you know? So I feel like that's probably why we're always so like easygoing, because there's a lot of different personalities. We got LD, we got TJ. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? but everybody.
You know what it really is?
Oh, what is it?
We grew up and we were probably like the chubbier kids. You know, the girls don't want the chubby kid in middle school and high school. So we gotta have personality. We gotta be funny. We gotta be easy to talk to. You can't be like the bigger dude and be weird. So.
No, there's a shot at it, right? Yeah. So okay, as we put a bow on this, I heard some chess talk too, because you guys are warriors on the field, but it sounds like there's some like your warriors off the field playing chess. Because Donovan Edwards told me he's the best chess. He said he's the GOAT. He said he was the number 1 on the team. LaDarius, I want to give you a chance to respond.
That's hilarious, actually. And just knowing Donovan, you know he's a funny guy. He's looking for the headliner quotes, and you know that's not true. I can name a few players on the team right now that are better than Donovan. With that being said, it will be me 1, and it's not close.
Ooh.
And Cornelius Johnson's 2.
Okay.
And after that, I don't know. But
Trente, yep. Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
What's your ELO?
My ELO is 1,200.
Oh, damn. Okay. Wow.
It's really 1,200 is really not that crazy, but like for college football players, it's solid.
I mean, I'm stuck in like that 600, 700, 800. I've worked up to like 800, 900, but I'm like, it's tough for me. Like 1,200, that's the next step. You know, I'm looking up at you. Trente, you play though too?
Yeah, I'm like at 600, so I'm not like LaDarius. Yeah. He's literally doubling my ELO. But the thing is, like, there's a lot of people who are really good, but then like lose a whole bunch of games and just smash on the 600 ELOs. I'm going against a grandmaster. Yeah. This dude checked me in like 3 moves. Like, what's going on?
Oh, dang, not the 3-move check.
I mean, my dad taught me how to play when I was in elementary school. And my dad's like a 1,500 guy, so.
What all right, last thing. So I want to acknowledge this because it gets lost. Like, hey man, it was Thanksgiving last week and I had an awesome meal with my fiance and I kicked my feet up and I did a little bit of work and prep for my game. But you know, for the most part, I wasn't enjoying it with family. You guys had practice, right? I mean, it's a big game. Like, what's Thanksgiving like for you guys and the team, and who cooks, or what do you guys do on Thanksgiving?
Okay, I'll say something. All right, so sometimes different players cook and we go to different places, but that it's an early morning practice. well, early morning. It's like earlier in the day, and then we get out a little bit earlier so that we can go eat dinner and like be with your brothers. So it's an early morning practice. Get in. We do our deal. It's Thursday, so we're in shells, and then we pig out. I do. I like pie, so I eat pie. But then, it was a good day. I was really focused on the game. It was hard to really enjoy the food because I was really focused on the game.
Yeah.
But it was a good day.
What kind of pie?
Oh man, like I like apple. I like pecan. I like peach. But I think it goes.
It's not pecan. It's pecan.
Pecan? Wow. Okay, pecan, whatever.
Pecan.
I like sweet potato pie, my favorite though.
A little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
LD? What about you?
My favorite Thanksgiving thing is probably the yams, or some people call it sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top. That or mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I really do like pecan
sweet
pie.
Potatoes.
Pecan pie.
Pecan.
I just got on to the sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top, man. Game changer. Something to look forward to. But the reason I asked that is I just wanted to talk about and acknowledge and take a chance for our listeners to reflect, like, how hard you guys work, the time you put in, including holidays. Listen, it's a holiday we all get to enjoy. We enjoy it even more when we can celebrate a win, watching you guys handle business. But, I say that to say this. Guys, head over to championCircleUofM.com. You see the emblem there in the top right corner. Of course, this is the world in NIL, and it's just a chance. You just head to the website. There's a number of different ways you can support student athletes to keep this success and to keep the train going at this point. And we're also, one of those ways is linking those Michigan versus Everybody shirts in the description of the video below, because part of those proceeds are going back to an NIL fund. So, Gonna need it. We got some great guys, and you guys deserve the world. So thanks so much for hopping on. I know you guys are busy. Can't wait to watch you this weekend. I'll be in Indy, so hopefully I don't know where I'll be down. Maybe I'll be down on the field pregame. I'll make sure to, say what's up to you guys, and hopefully, give you a big hug or celebrate with you after you guys handle business and win this weekend. So LD, Trente, appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, fellas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.